We see a lot of our heroes in these black and white pictures and we think, oh, they're so, so much wiser than us, or they're so far beyond us. And the truth is they are us, but we rarely get to see the humanity behind our heroes. Become the warrior that you know. Recognize that we lead.
Beautiful melanin goddess that's before me. Hello. On this episode of Another Act, I'm joined by Broadway marvel Adrienne Warren, who brings activist Mamie Till Mobley to the small screen in ABC's new series, Women of the Movement. Broadway queen. I think that's the only way to really rightly describe you, Adrienne. Congratulations on the Tony and really on just all of the things happening after that big win. How do you kind of characterize this moment in your career right now?
First off, thank you. That's crazy, but thank you. Audra McDonald was my queen, but thank you. It's just a very special moment. You pray that these moments happen in your life. You work really hard towards them, and then you never know what's going to happen. And I'm grateful to be blessed in this moment, and I'm just grateful.
I love that. Now, of course, we're going to see you even more on our TV screens. How does that Broadway background lend itself to the work that we're now, going to see you a lot of, I do believe.
She's coming. I'm coming.
She's coming, sure.
Honestly, Broadway, just theater in general, has just trained me to be so disciplined, because doing nothing is crazier than doing 8 shows a week, or harder than doing 8 shows a week. People who work on Broadway stages are some of the greatest athletes I know, some of the hardest working people I know. And so I have definitely have that muscle, that discipline down. I'm grateful for the opportunity to do some transformative work and some physical based action on film as well, and using everything that I've learned in theater.
I love that. And of course, all of that brings us to Women of the Movement. There's so much to unpack here, but let's start with this. How did this project come to you? I mean, Mamie Till, we've been waiting to see her story serialized, or certainly in TV form for a really long time. But how did this project come to you?
So I had just had a meeting, random Zoom meeting. We were all having Zoom meetings during the pandemic. And I got the privilege and honor of meeting Gina Prince Bythewood. We connected instantly because we both were ball players growing up. And I'm really grateful for the responsibility and the opportunity to share Mamie's story.
What a fine young man you're becoming. My son, he's a good boy. He was taken in the middle of the night by white men. His name is Emmett Till.
One of the first things that surprised me was she was my age when this happened to her. She was 33 years old. I think a lot of us thought she was much older. We see a lot of our heroes in these black and white pictures and we think, oh, they're so, so much wiser than us, or they're so far beyond us. And the truth is they are us. But we rarely get to see the humanity behind our heroes. We always see and hear about Emmett as a victim, but we never hear about Emmett as the young, beautiful, incredible boy that he was. Yeah. And so that is where I started at the root of who she is.
A lot of times this felt very contemporary. It felt like I was really watching a documentary of a young boy who was killed in Florida for playing his music too loud, or a young boy who had a hoodie on and was walking back to his dad's place. What was that like for you filming this and really kind of understanding the context of where we are right now?
It's interesting because although it's a period piece, it's not. This is still happening to our community. These are still happening to our families. This is us. This is me.
People need to know what they did.
Fighting for your child is going to inspire other women.
Whatever happens to any of us, had better be the business of all of us.
When this happens to our babies and when it happens to our mothers, they are then forced to become warriors, and they didn't ask for that. I just wanted to do as much as I can to give a little bit of an insight to what these mothers go through. Any way that I possibly could give just a little bit more empathy towards them as human beings, as moms, before you think about them as warriors or as activists or as amplifiers.
What was the moment for you on set, or maybe there was a particular scene that happened where you felt you really connected with Mamie's character and that you did what you set out to do, which was really kind of help bring the humanity to this woman, but also to her son? Was there a particular moment where you said, this is the moment?
For me, it's all of the iconic photos. It's the train station. Yeah. It's the train station of when, it's the moment when Emmett's body comes back to his mom. Those photos are so unbelievably horrific. I wanted to do them justice because I wanted you to see her pain. And then it was so important to see the pain, because then you realize, once you see where somebody has gone to rock bottom, you truly understand the trajectory of how much power and how much work it takes for them to then become the warrior that you know or that you admire.
No, it's so interesting that you say that, because I remember at one point watching Mamie kind of go through the turmoil of trying to decide if she wants to send her son to a place that she knows, what life is like back there. Thinking while I was watching a period piece, saying, God, like, I don't know if I would send my children down south. And then I realized, oh, wait, it's 2021. And I'm saying that. And that's, for me, that just felt so emotionally connective, Were there conversations that you guys were having on set while you were putting this project together?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. And the insurrection happened while we were shooting. We had many, many conversations, a lot of honest moments of saying, I don't feel safe right now, just in my own body, let alone telling a story of someone else that I have a huge responsibility of telling. I don't feel safe in my own body. And that just even more so made it so profound that we took such care with this story, because it just continued to show us, this is us right now. This country has not changed a lot since 1955.
One thing that I think feels like a common thread with some of the roles that we've seen you bring to life is that you gravitate towards really strong, bold female characters. Mamie Till obviously is one. Tina Turner is also another. Tell me about, especially moving forward, the types of roles that you're going to be looking for, the things that are going to excite you as an artist.
Some of my friends said, it's as if I am here to tell our ancestors' stories. And I feel that in a way, because they do gravitate towards me. The thing I love about being drawn, yes, I am drawn to strong, powerful women, but I'm even more so drawn to their vulnerability. Because that's who I am. That's who I'm sure you are. Those are the stories and the narratives that I want to see out there in the world. We strong, but also we hurt. We strong, but also we get knocked down, we bleed. Yeah. And when you don't recognize that we bleed, that's when you don't see us as human beings, and that's when you treat us any kind of way.
Is singing something that we should also expect from you in the future? Is that an area that we want to see you into and that you want to see yourself in?
Yeah, I have been working on some music for a long time. I've been doing a lot of biographical work, so I've been working in other people's voices for a long time, and I think people are looking like, what does she sound like? And so that'll definitely be looking for that soon.
Oh, I love that. What genre in particular calls to you?
Rock and soul. It is, I've been a rock and roll girl because of Tina Turner since I was a little girl. And I've always been drawn to James Brown and funk and just rock and soul and just having a ball and writing about things that I care about. Yeah.
I love that. And you kind of got something affirming from Tina Turner about your portrayal, right? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I had the blessing and honor of being someone mentored by her while playing her. It's not casual. I say it casually. That's not a casual thing. It's not a simple thing. I really feel connected to her. I think she feels really connected to me. She's taught me a lot. She put me through the ringer. She did not let me. She said, hard work, you got to work hard. And she did put me through the ringer to finally approve my performance. But I learned so much about myself as an individual, so much about myself as an athlete, and so much about myself as a performer because of her. At the end of my run in London, she said, she called me on, I'll never forget, Easter Sunday. And she was teaching me how to chant over the phone, Buddhist chant, because I have to do it in the show. Mm-hmm. And she said, Adrienne, okay, I'm ready to talk now. And she says, she's yours. I'm giving you Tina. Wow. She is yours. And I instantly started crying. Yeah. And she said, I want you to do this for a while, and then I want you to go back to you, because you have something that I don't have, and I want you to shine as you as well. I've taken that with me. And I think, honestly, that's what gave me the agency to truly take over the role and truly own it in the way that I felt was true to who I am. I don't think I would have been able to do that had we not had that conversation.
Being told by Tina Turner, you have something that I don't have, what did that do for you? Because that feels so powerful to me.
In some way, her just saying that allowed me to trust myself just a little bit more, because I've seen what it's done for her to trust herself. And I know the journey that it took for her to actually get to that point as an individual.
You know, I want to swing back a little bit and talk about women of the movement, because you mentioned it earlier, but Gina Prince Bythewood, obviously, you know, directed this first episode, wrote it, and was a producer on the series. What was it like working with her, and how does that maybe change what you want to do and who you collaborate with moving forward?
I mean, I set the bar pretty high. Set the bar pretty high. I like to work with people. What a director told me once, I like to work with people that I like to go on vacation with. Like, if I don't want to hang out with you, I don't know, because we're about to go through the trenches, and I don't know if I'm about to do that with you. And Gina's one of those people, and she really put a lot of trust in me. She did not have to trust me. She didn't know me from Adam, really. I will follow her to the ends of the earth now. I'm grateful for it, because she's such an incredible visionary. She's such an incredible storyteller, and she's ours. And the way in which she empowers Black women and women of color, and the way in which she sets a precedent on the set of excellence and nothing less. Mm-hmm. It just set the bar so high on day one that we're coming in here and we're going to work hard every single day. And being number one on the call sheet, which I had never been before, which is the star of the show, I'd never been the star of a series before. It made me really just pull up and be kind, because she is. And also, like, everybody, we're going to pull up. We're going to have a good time. We're telling a really horrific story that we have to tell. And I'm gonna pass out some ring pops, and we're gonna have a good time when we do it, because we are still individuals that we have to take care of our souls and our spirits as we take care of our ancestors.
That is so well said. And I really cannot wait to see who you go on vacation with next, because this was so well done. Adrienne, thank you so much for taking time out to chat with me today. This was so great.